All right. Thank
Thank
you
you
very
very
much,
much,
my
my
people.
people. I appreciate you all. I
I
don't
don't
know
know
what
what
happened
happened here,
here, but can
can
anybody
anybody
hear
hear
me
me
at
at
all?
all?
You are echoing. You are echoing.
Yes,
Yeah,
but you are coming two times, like
you
two
are
times,
echoing, but I can hear you.
like it's a
Okay.
double voice or something.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, better now, better.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, my wonderful people right there. Okay. I'll leave the platform for you guys now to continue with yourselves, but I'm here listening. In case you want to, you need my attention, let me know. I'm going to post out a link now for let me post a link now for Mr. Mashallah to come in. I just hope say if he grab him. And Mr. Mashallah, please bear with me and let me do this one. But you guys can continue with the topic. I don't know one moderator. Moderate yourself. You don't need to give yourself minutes. Just moderate yourself.
Okay, let
Thank you very
me
much.
let me let me let me take over for the next few minutes so somebody else can come in. If this is what freedom fighting is all about, this is all this they will call it democracy struggle. What Nadeco, I don't understand Nadeco because they had good people in Nadeco too, but unfortunately it has robbed all of them. What they did against the military junta from the 80s to the 90s up to now, if this is all they can give, if this is the kind of country they're fighting for, the warriors of this world and the parliaments of this world, for me, I'm beginning to have my doubt about these so-called freedom fighters. I dissociate myself or disassociate myself with freedom fighters because they've proven to be just the same as the oppressors. Nothing has changed. It's still a continuation of the insecurity, of the lopsidedness of the constitution, the reckless financial rascality that we accuse the military boys of doing. It's even triple times with those that were struggling, the so-called Nadeco people and the freedom emancipators of the Nigerian people. So for me, still on the case of Mr. Falana, I've been angry with him since 2023 presidential elections because I know how vocal he has been against the oppressiveness of the dictatorial regimes across Africa, even across the world. So when I expected him to do, to be outspoken, he kept quiet. He kept quiet. They did not see the images. A woman who was almost blinded. They did not see the burning of shops, houses. A particular tribe was told that they can never vote here in the Tiosa local government. Did you not hear all those things? Thank God for his son. His son is a different person. Did his son not brief him about the happenings in Nigeria? Mr. Falana, I know you are listening. Were you not there at your put-up panel when Ganifa Wemi was, talking about the struggle and for a better constitution? So all your restructuring, devolution of power, according to you, devolution of powers is one of your favorite, grammatical expression. Devolution of powers. This is the word you always use under Buhari's government when insecurity was at the apogee or at the zenith. Were you not outspoken there? Were you not calling? Were you not even indirectly supporting the Oduduwa Republic, Mr. Falana? Of course, when people are eating, you maintain good table manners. You don't talk. So you can't talk again because obviously you are eating. You're eating with your oppressor, just like your friend, Wole Soyinka. I'm sure Ganifa will be rolling in his grave. So for me, if I'm not talking now, for me, it's a pitiable Pisma Disma. There's nothing to write home about that. So I would have advised that they didn't struggle against the military. Yes, you may say, why am I sounding like this? With what I'm saying now, democracy is a scam. Human rights activism for me in Nigeria from the elite is a scam. It's a fraud. It doesn't work. You will continue to have electricity darkness. You continue to have one side of the country using Sharia law, and Falana is quiet about it. A girl will be murdered, broad daylight, in cold blood in Sokoto State. Falana will be quiet about it. Election mandate to be stolen, broad daylight. 25% Abuja argument to be there. You will not talk about it. You give us all forms of legal luminary terminologies, of all vocabularies to confuse us. that you have no comment on that. You have no comment. I remember how Chinese TV, RS TV were all pursuing you for a brief interview vis-a-vis the Obi movement, Obi Dati, saga. You were always avoiding it. And for the record, sir, Mr. Falana, SAN, up to now, it's been like almost 10 months since Tinubu was sworn in. We have not heard you talk about restructuring up to now. I'm wanting to hear you talk about it, sir. Up to now, you've not talked about the devolution of powers, devolution of powers, decentralization of powers. You've not all those things have vanished from your expression. So for me, it's just, as somebody said, it's a tribal card, because according to him, you are not known to have a falsetto go of flamboyant display of wealth. So it's a tribal card. It's your brother. You are not talking. But when it was Buhari, you were everywhere. You were even calling for your own arrest. That you don't mind being arrested. That you are not a stranger to going to prison. That you've seen it all. You were vocal. But since 10 months, sir, Mr. Falana, you've been a different person. Apart from just now. So you cannot fool us. You can fool other people. You can fool the common man on the streets. But you can't fool your conscience, and you cannot fool some of us. So we know where you belong. We know who you are, sir, recently. And I'm sure Ganipo and me will be ashamed of you. So for me, gentlemen and ladies, I'm very happy to be part of this show today. It's my birthday. I may not be here for too long. And once again, we continue to push either for the fraudulent amalgamation of this country to be broken so that we can go our ways. I want to pay tributes on my birthday to Mr. Odumengo Ojukwu, the Ikemba Newi. May so rest in peace. Sir, wherever you are, I'm just telling you these words. Like I'm thinking aloud. Of course, we are seeing why you gave that famous speech declaring a Biafra Republic, not because you wanted war. And you even during the war, according to you, sir, before you left for Cote d'Ivoire to seek asylum, you say you've exhausted all possible means of negotiations with the Nigerian state. You even agree to a confederation where we can have the Commonwealth of the Biafran state and the Nigerian state shared together, supervised by the British. You were open to discussions, negotiations. It was not your intention to go into war. But what you were fighting for, sir, we cannot see it, sir. We can see that the Malams have come, as you told our Lord. The Malams have come. Our guests have been raped, sir, wherever you are. Our travelers are being kidnapped. We now have people who negotiate between the government and the terrorists. It has reached the state that somebody can come out in Shehu Gumi to say terrorists can be approached. Sir, the nonsense you wanted to avoid for your tribe and your people, we are seeing it. Education has been ridiculed. Security is in the hands of the few people. Money is being borrowed without accountability. Sir, I must let you know that your memory will never perish. It will never be forgotten, sir. In fact, I'm passing it to my children's children, because you did a lot. You are a great man. Not the kind of wherever you are. Thank you. You may have been brandished, labeled, lambasted with all sorts of names. We know the Nigerian government and their cards. When they want to kill a dog, they'll give it a bad name. We know what you stood for. We have your videos. We know you told us that our PVC will not work. And really, it did not work. We saw it. So, Nnamdi Kanu, thank you. You are not the first. Mandela did it for his people. Yes, okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
thank you very much for that great speech. God bless you, sir.
Let me just round up. Nnamdi Kanu, wherever you are, thank you. Thank you. Some of us have little knowledge of history. We know what happened. And thank you for the sacrifice. You were being separated from your wife, from your children. I feel their trauma. I feel their pain. Thank you. Your name will never go without being mentioned in the history of Africa or the black race. You have seen all you said before the elections, that our PVC will not count, that these people are headbands on taking over our lands and using it for their own religious agenda. We are seeing it now. Up till now, sir, wherever you are, Mr. Nnamdi Kanu, we have no electricity. Insecurity has tripled. Monies have been stolen. All you said about the zoo You really called it a zoo, sir. I disagree with you on that, but now I agree with you. Indeed, these are and even animals are more organized. They have feelings for themselves, for their fellow animals. But Nigerian leaders or Nigerian government officials, they got no conscience. So, Mr. Niger Wash and my fellow panelists, I'll still be here. I'm very emotional today. I don't want to go too deep so that I don't cry on my birthday. Sometimes, guys, what you guys don't know, when I talk here after talking, sometimes I'm in tears because of the problem of Nigeria and the things I see on a daily basis in Benin and in Lagos, how people are suffering because I know the weight we have in Nigeria. So I will leave the floor for my fellow panelists so they can also assert their own postulations. Thank you, gentlemen and lady or ladies. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Our brother.
We hear from Mashallah, then
okay.
Those we haven't heard before.
Alex,
Yeah.
Alex, thank you for that wonderful speech about,
Thank you, Alex.
About the great people we have
Thank
in
you.
Nigeria. I would start with.
Wait, Omashola, sorry, just to ask you because I don't know. Maybe you've gathered some news about what is happening in Niger Delta. That is what
I'm going there.
Oh, okay.
I'm going there. For me, for Falana, I don't think we should even come to this platform and talk about that man. He's not an irrelevant human being in Nigeria. He's as good as a lunatic walking on the street of Nigeria. Whatever he says is nothing now to me. And that's one of the reasons why maybe I know I was listening at the background, but I didn't want to listen to whatever he was saying because when it was needed for him to talk, he refused to talk. To me, I took him as the Ghanaian that left us. And instead of replacing that, covering that space for Ghani, he has just done what an average Nigerian would do, behave, and just to let me say, condone the rubbish the government is doing. But in Niger Delta, Nigerian Army, congratulations, so your Unanyash go open very soon. Unanyash. What you do for North, I think nothing doing for South. When they do since with this year. I mean, Niger Delta man, all those rivers I know and back and front, all the way from Warri to Escavos. Put me on a boat, I'll show you the way. That's what I'm in the UK. I'm in the UK. I know every village around that place.
Wonderful.
Now, Mr. CM, I didn't want when this story broke up. I didn't want to go in the way of bunkering, but I think you said it about. I think you talked about bunkering before, which I knew it was a real thing. All those villages, ask yourself, the youth, which work are they doing there? There's no work apart from bunkering and fishing. And the fishing aspect of it, they don't do it. They don't have that luxury of fishing. Majority of them go to bunkering. And the bunkering activities are done at night, midnight. Once is around 5 in the evening, the guys go into the creek and prepare for cooking. Now, an average platform on the IC bless fire. So you would think it is normal platform fire that is going on. You would not know it is the bunkering issue that is going on. And every military man knows all the points where we have legitimate platform on the IC. All these villages are not near the IC. They are far from the IC. And most of where they get their crude oil is most of the abandoned oil well that some of these Shell and Ajib have all left. It does not take them. They don't need to dig like you're digging borehole. It's not far. The crude oil is not far from us. Like the way people think, you think you dig very deep because you see the platform of the IC. They are doing boring very long pipes for kilometers down into the earth. It's a lie. It's as good as drilling well, and you will see crude oil in all those areas. pumping machine that we use, normally pumping machine that we use in doing borehole in the house for local borehole, is what they use. Jerry can, GP tank that you use to store water in your house is what they use in storing it and moving it to the IC. They have man-made boats made of wood, very big. You have GP tanks. You cannot even count how many. And that's how they move crude oil away from there and move them to the IC and transport and give to those who need it. And they exchange money, they exchange weapons sometimes. So the Nigerian army should not lie and should allow people to go there and see for themselves the rot that's going there. The villages around that place, all of them, if you look at Google Map and look at where they have population and then look behind it, the mangrove behind them, that is where the bunkering is being done. After they have finished all the bunkering work they've done, the one that is for diesel, they will bring it out. The boat is there. Go to Warri. There is a village in Warri. It's called Ubwangwe. That's where I was staying before I left. An average policeman, you can sit down. I'll sit down. Sometimes you could catch 20 police officers' vehicle coming to collect bribe at that jetty, because once they know there's crude oil and there's diesel coming in, they don't bring crude oil to town. They bring diesel and kerosene. Once there's kerosene and diesel, the man selling it gives the police officer his own. Army comes to collect their own. Once they come, they announce and explain to the GPU, we have goods we want to sell. Come and take your cuts. That is how the business has been going on. And it has been going on like that for donkey years. And till tomorrow, till next week, till next year, Nigerian police will still be collecting, Nigerian will still be collecting. If anybody wants to, I'm not worried. If not, I would have gone to do a video and sit down in that community and let you see the number of vehicles that come a day. Police vehicle, army vehicle coming to collect bribe for the fact that people are brought. Trailers from the north. If you check them very well, an average trailer has his own tank for refilling his own diesel tank. They have built another extra tank under their trailers. That is where they put drums of diesel. They transport from the south to the north to sell. Nigerian army is aware. Now, this fight would have been because a section of the bunkers have the military on their side, and maybe they're not settling each other. Once there's no settlement amongst all these people, the military man will go there and want to burn your camp. That is what always happens. And when it happens, there's going to be a lot of killing and shooting. Some of them will run and escape. Fire everywhere in the bush. So for this community, I'm so sure maybe they've done a camp there and the community people are okay with it and everybody is in sync with the bunkering issue. So the army now maybe they want to take over the whole place and take control. Or either they seize someone's product. Once they seize a product, this is a long chain and the army will not let you know. The police is also involved. So anybody telling you it is one community, it is a lie. It is a lie. These people have been living for years together. They are married to each other. They go to each other's markets to go and buy things. So if it is land matter is also to cover up. Even the state government will not even tell you the truth. The state government will not tell you the truth. There is a bridge there. The government have refused to complete for donkey years. Ask the state governors that have ruled. What is keeping the road leading from Okwagwe to Akurumo, the link bridge that would have linked all the villages, and then to do proper road for people to connect all those villages. What is delaying it? What is delaying it? Because they are all enjoying all the proceeds they get from it. And when it's time for election, these boys are converted to hoodlums to use because they don't live in town. They live in village.
Omoshola, why my concern is that they said in the place like that, sacking a village in which people will enter bush. You don't know where they are. No, they can't return to their house. Military took over everywhere. So that is the humanitarian aspect of the calamity that is really troubling me. Ordinarily, if it's to be a peacekeeping, really
Amashola,
keep
See the peacekeeping something you're talking about.
Amashola, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Because I've been saying it, but people are not. Can a military build any barrack near that place where it will survive?
Now, the only thing they can have is houseboats. Most times they convert houseboats into a house, maybe 2-story, and there's a particular houseboat very close to the village along that same river. That particular point, every boat that comes that's flying that place is like a checkpoint. You must go with your boat and show yourself and let them see what's in your boat to that place. So the reason why that the video you saw when the boy was saying they allowed their own to go is obvious that when in the night when they are moving, they don't move those crude or diesel during the day. They move there in the night. On that river, we have army patrol, we have police patrol, and they all settle once they are going to town. So most times those boats will move products in the night, about maybe start moving around 3 o'clock in the morning. By 6 o'clock.
No. What I'm asking you, can the military build barrack there?
They cannot build a barrack.
God bless you.
See, anybody telling you they'll build a barrack or build anything fantastic in that place, even the modern school, is just lying.
But that's what we've been hearing. That's what we've been hearing now. This past few days, that
it is a lie. Mr. Jonathan, it is a lie. It is a lie. Let the government come and tell me it's a lie. My client, a personal individual built his house. We moved block, cement, sand, granite, rod on barges to that place. It will cost him more money. It will cost more money to move those things. Every project I did on the river, it costs is times 2. If the project will cost you 60 million, at that time when I built, if it costs you 60 million, just know your client will pay 120 million to build on the river, because you will pay for your sand. You don't move sand. If you are building for a small person, you don't move sand as if you are moving it like you drop the trailer. You have to bag every sand. We bag sand, we bag granules, everything is being bagged and then put on the boat to move.
My brother, no verse. If military, now good evening, every protocol observed. Yes. If military want to build, because they are not bidding with individual money, they are bidding with everybody's money. That is known as criminal government. So they have the resources to build, they have the ship and everything. But what we will say is that if they build anything there, it will be it might lead to Iraq and Kuwait.
No, the second question now is, will the military be safe when they build a barrack there?
See, Black Panther, Mr. Adua. See, if military wants to build something, it's not in that place. These are people's village.
That is what I'm saying. That is why I said it will become Iraq and Kuwait.
If the government says you want to give them land, because government owns the land, I can still tell you it's not still viable. It does not even make any sense. If military really wants a barrack, there is land very close to that same area. Okpagwe has a massive land that you can build a barrack. The land is strong land. You can build there. You can build barrack. And if you say you want to be patrolling all the rivers from there, it is so easy for you. Have enough boats and you move around.
My brother, you people will be saying government has the land. Who is government? Is it not me and you? Is it not people who agree to? My brother, they will not be barrack in any of those places. It's not their land.
Wait, Apapa say, let me assume you want to use their power. Government wants to use their power and it thinks barrack you want to build.
And our people will still resist those their power, my brother. This thing we are talking now, we get to worse. So you will people will not no longer live Yoruba people there. They will no longer live a Sheikh Izon or Shekiri.
No, for you to know is government are just lying, the military is lying. For you to do anything there, you have strong land very close to those villages. Why didn't you go and propose your barrack there? Why must it be in the swamp? All those questions are all swamp.
Omashola, can you give me just 10 seconds? Let me tell you why I said and why I asked that question. In a military formation, it will be a ludicrous and a suicide mission for you to build a military base where you have the people that hold the land, they are well armed to the teeth. That's a suicide mission because the military can easily, very easy, you will dislodge the military within seconds. So when people come out to say military base, I just laugh. Look, my sponsor in the United States is a bishop from Ofagbe land. So when people just said, when I asked, he was just laughing. If you say you want to build a military on that place, be rest assured you are going to meet a resistance that are holding a weapon that even the Nigerian military does not even own. So people should just throw that side, say military go build or government go build. Government are not foolish now because it will be exposed that there's something there. That is why you see them build their base there, and it is even risky for military to build base where you have factional leaders of different segmented who are fighting as bunkers. These are pirates on the sea. It's not picking joke.
Black Panther. Let me give you let me say something. Let me let you know something. You know, if you don't walk around these people, you don't know many things that they do. It's costing Nigerian government more money. It's costing people running the oil business more money because of the insecurity in this area. And the military are not helping matters. The guy talking said Tompolo. He mentioned Tompolo. Why can't the government go and meet Tompolo? Let Tompolo give them land in his village. There is land in El Plaza. There's land around Escavos. Go and take land if you want land. If it is land to build military base, go there. Shekri people have land. Go to the Olu of Erida. You need a village where you can take land. They will give you if you are sincere. And so they should not be using that coming to bombard a place and tell us you want to put a military base there. It's a lie. The government is involved. Everything you are talking about, the government is involved. Up to the president, they know what they are doing. You cannot play that game you play in the north when you see raw material, you want to know how to steal it. Obi said it before that the crude oil that they are stealing to tomorrow, government is involved. They have not till tomorrow now, till next year, till they will not tell us, they won't bring a name out that these are people that have been caught. Every time they keep seizing huge amount of seizures of crude oil being trying to be taken away from Nigeria. But we'll see the bomb, we'll see the ship, we'll see everything. We'll see all the media press coming there to video and all that. But we'll never see the person that authorized the stealing of crude oil till tomorrow. And the Navy is involved. All we are saying is Nigerian government is the one stealing the material. Nigerian government. Because these boys stealing crude oil. It is crude oil, they cook it, prepare diesel, kerosene. They don't even bother petrol. They don't even go to think of petrol. It is diesel and kerosene. And that's what people are buying. So if you tell us that they are stealing crude oil, how many are they stealing? How many crude oil are those guys stealing? They have, ever since I've moved into Warri, they have been bunkering. Up to them I left, there's a bunkering. Up to the point they even gave me an advice to come and join them and showed me all I needed to do. It will only cost, at that time, it only cost me 1.5 million to build a boat and have a camp. So it's all bunkering, and the bunkering has been there. Ask any military man that is in the north, is in the south now, in Warri, especially in Warri or Bayelsa. Tell him you want to transfer him to the north. He will be begging left and right, writing letters left and right that he doesn't want transfer. They all want that place because they make money. They make a hell of money by moving up and down. So bribery and corruption is what we are talking about today. It's not the issue of trying to clear one village. The villagers, the true sense is they are not fighting about land. It's not land. It is crude oil business that is running that place. And that's what they're trying to cover up. And the real truth will come out very soon. Somebody will give us the real truth very soon. Thank you. Does he have anything for us?
Who is the next person now?
Namio.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Mr. Ellis, happy birthday. Yeah, Omashola, you just said it as it is. You know, it's a some of us are shouting Nigeria, Nigeria. Yes, we know Nigeria is not for us, according to Asari. Let's face reality. In which country, right? The military. I remember sometime in 2015 in UK here, a Nigerian killed a soldier, stabbed him to death. Heaven never fall. It was the police that went to do the job. So which country have you and I seen that they kill somebody? The next thing that is in your mind is to kill and buy until you get tired. Which country? And you see, I respect this platform. You see, men we're supposed to say these are leaders. They come on television to justify this, to say they must be taught a lesson. Who must be taught a lesson? Some of them came on TV to say, oh, because their parents didn't raise them well. Really? Did the government raise anybody? Whose job is to raise the kids? It's the government. What have they done? So you blame the parents now. The parents that you made sure that they are poor, so that when they have children, they can leave them and go to fetch what they will eat, just like animals do. Because when animals are going to fetch food, they don't care. In fact, some of them even care where the young ones are. But in Nigeria, it doesn't concern nobody. And that is why you see people coming on TV. When I watch them, I feel like crying to justify what is going on. To send the same kids you are saying they're not well brought up. Kids of 3-5 years, see them in the bushes crying. And you have the guts to come out and justify that the government must teach them a lesson. You see, what they're planting, when it will explode. Can we just imagine what it takes to take out 17 military men? If you've been with military before, you will understand what I'm saying. It takes a lot to do that. So these guys who did this must have known these people. They must have been doing things together.
Mr. Chooks,
Yeah.
Yes, let me just add to it. The military men that went there, they didn't go with their weapon. Surprisingly, they didn't go with their weapon.
Yeah, even without weapon. I'm telling you, even without weapon, before you can, 17. You know that number. None of them escaped. It's unusual. I'm telling you, it's unusual. So what am I trying to say? These people who did this knows these people well. They know them well. They cannot escape. That's exactly what they did to them. So building a barracks there, they just want to make the area. They just want to infuriate them. Nothing more. They just want to make them angry. And one risky thing Nigeria is doing is taking everybody for granted. The way Nigeria is going, we read a bit of history. We knew what happened in China in 1989. We knew. And because of the way these men think, or if they get up, we suppress them, we do this. There will come a time they cannot do it. Before, when I was growing up, if you see military, you enter bush. Now, who cares? They are beating military, doing all kinds of things with them. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. And those questions that we were supposed to ask, nobody is asking them. Imagine, it happened in Udi, it happened in Zakibim, now it's happening here. Nobody's asking, what can we do to stop this happening again? You know how much it takes to train one major, and you just lose them. And that's the justification some of them are giving. Everything we put on them just wasted. No, they gotta be taken out. This, that.
Sir, may I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
How much do they use to train the major? The major is a baby before they make him major, or he was an adult?
They go all this overseas military training and all that.
Okay, sir, may I ask a question? If they go to overseas training, is that how the military behave in overseas? The way they are behaving in Nigeria?
That's the issue me and you are discussing now. That's the problem. I heard, I think it's Black Panther that said that Nigeria has not restructured their military since these people left. Not just the military. I've said it on this platform before. The police, they have not restructured police since these people left, because the police they used during that time was just an enforcement, not enforcement, power. That's why they use that word, force. You don't use police force in any country you are residing today, because they are not force. They are just enforcement officers. That's if you are
sorry to interject you. That was why I asked somebody here, what is your military, what is the aim and let me put it very simple now. What is the aim and objective of your military formation all over the country? And what is your military policy? I asked them, but they couldn't answer me.
They don't have any. They don't have any. I can tell you that. Okay? You see, where you have this kind of thing you're saying is where you see the military. They're not even in their barracks. They live just like you and I. They live like you and I. In the morning, they go to work in barracks. The barracks is offices. So,
Sir, may I ask a question again?
Yeah.
Okay. Can a taxi or a bus make their bus stop at soldier barrack carrying passenger in Nigeria?
No. No.
But in the foreign country, if the majors are going, a taxi park or bus park will be at the soldier barrack taking passenger.
Listen, the barracks is just beside me. It's not more than a 2 minutes walk. As me and you are saying now, if you go there, nobody is there as a security standing in the gate.
Barracks for America now, office is full there now.
They live inside streets just like me and you.
They live inside the house for where we did now. Everybody they will stand on the get house near us so that we protect them more.
I said 2 minutes away from me, there is barracks where I'm living. So no, it's not something somebody can tell me, oh, it's like this, it's like that. No. In the morning, you see them, they dress, they go there, those that are active military men and women.
Okay, sir, may I ask a question?
Please, sorry, please, can I say something for 5 seconds, please? I'm very sorry, guys. Please, I beg everybody, please. It's me, Mr. Alice. I just want to thank Jesus is my father. I just got my first birthday present. About 100,000 naira was credited to me from Mr. Najawash from the super chats. I got the money. I just want to acknowledge it. Thank you for the birthday gift. Today's my birthday. I'm born March 24th. I want to say thank you. It's the first gift. It means a lot to me. I'm very grateful. Thank you so much. I didn't see this coming.
Are you in
What
Nigeria?
again?
Are you
in
back to
Nigeria?
Come again?
Are you back to Amagba?
Yes.
I'll be in Nigeria tomorrow, but that's not the thing. I just want to say thank you to Jesus, my father, and Mr. Najawash, and all the panelists, everybody. Thank you for wishing me happy birthday, and the gift I just got is very important to me. Thank you. I don't joke with gifts, even if it's 50 kobo. I'm very grateful. Even if it's sweets or cake, anything, I'm very grateful. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Mr. Alex, as you're going back to Nigeria tomorrow, make sure you do not give anybody 1 naira at immigration.
1 naira what? Come again? Where?
You are going back to Nigeria tomorrow. By
Yes.
entering the country, make sure you do not give anybody a dime entering your country.
Okay.
I beg.
Okay.
If you
Thank you
give
for the advice.
now,
I beg, make I talk small.
But I'm a very sympathetic person, depending on how you approach me. Anyways, yeah. If you tell me that you are hungry, I can feed you because Jesus said, "Feed the hungry."
Alex don't go collect money for euro. Forget, make me. If they go Nigeria with money, euro money. You can't give anybody money now.
Thank you. No. Jesus is my father. Thank you for the birthday gift. Oh, it's my first birthday gift. Waya Wese, Nigeria was Wese, Mommy Diaspora, Waya Wese, Black Panther. Everybody, thank you. Dr. CM, thank you. Everybody, thank you. It means a lot to me. I'm just acting like a baby now because I'm like that. Thank you.
Make I talk some more.
When money don't enter, you must happy now.
Make I talk some more, I beg. I think the most important thing, Mr. Alex, happy birthday. Now to thank
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Jesus is my father, because I'm very sure 90% or 100% of the reason why you were appreciated like this is because of your genuine stand on all issues. So you see, in life, eventually good deeds will always be noticed. So that's why it's good to stay in the paths of righteousness, and it is good that good people are appreciated. So despite the fact that we are celebrating your birthday, I even celebrate the giver of this gift more, because he just encourages you to do more of what you are doing. So, and in that same vein, in that same perspective, I want to say thank you so much, Jesus, my father, and Mr. Alex. Happy birthday. Keep doing your good work.
Mr. Chris Wesel, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm grateful. And gentlemen, if you allow me to give a birthday appreciation speech to all of you here for giving me this time to be interrupting and be talking like a little baby. Thank you. You know the celebration now, at times it will just overwhelm you. So sorry if I jump into your mouth sometimes. I'm not like that. So I just want you to tolerate me today at least. Give me today is my day. As far as Nigeria was
Euro don't rest. Euro don't rest.
No, I got what is sent for me. I'm grateful. But you know, money don't move me. But the gift is very special from people that appreciate you.
Maybe that one they talk. They talk your own personal euro.
I don't know what you're talking about, young man. White Panther, be Black Panther.
You're a business marshal now. You know what you're going to do now.
Mr. Alex, what you should even be celebrating in my view.
Yeah. I'm sitting on that one. Hey, I don't call my wife. Larry, come and see what I'm seeing on the comment section.
Madam
Hey God, though.
Madam Ije,
Yes.
thank you so much because
thank you. I'm grateful.
Like I was
I'm
saying
grateful.
before, you know, if you
Thank
recognize what people are doing, it just make them to keep doing that good work they are doing. So apart from celebrating your birthday, I'm very, very happy about the givers. You know, they try to encourage you, and you know, it just make you to keep doing good things because it said one good turn deserves another. We've all seen your
Yes,
voice, we've heard your voice, we feel your voice, we palpate your voice anytime you give your submission. We see the genuineness, the frankness. Just like said, you've been talking like a child. You submit yours without any coloration, any personal coloration. You say it how it is. So I salute these people for celebrating you. We join all of
Mr.
them
Chris.
to celebrate you. You
Mr.
deserve
Chris,
it.
let
Yes,
me
sir.
thank Mr. Niger Wash and Mommy Diaspora. Then
If
Mr.
I
Madam,
want
actually,
give
Mr. Niger Wash.
if I want give my own, me go. I don't write Mr. Niger Watch name for grant, so me I not to. If you reach my turn, I go thank Mr. Niger Watch very well because, like I talked from the beginning, Mr. Niger Watch is just too gentle for the kind of Nigerian politics.
When they give me gift just now, my brother, in about 10 minutes, now I see message from my phone. He say call me and give me your details so that I can credit you the gift. That and wow, even Nigerian government know they work like that. That's what I was just observing.
Igbo government. You also Igbo government. Nigerian government is
Mr. Chris, mommy diaspora, Black Panther, Madam Rita, Irish Finest, Machiavelli. We are always arguing. Everybody, I thank all of you for the compassionate gesture today. I'm really sardonically elated today. It's not time for vocabulary, but allow me to express myself. I'm grateful. Thank you. And my wife is saying thank you. My kids are saying thank you. Thank you to everybody.
Yes,
Mr. Chris,
yes, sir.
I want to thank you for bringing that word. Now, Mr. Niger is too gentle for Nigerian politics.
He's just too nice for the kind of politics they play.
It's too nice because, look, if Niger was not gentle, my brother, if I don't change this man Falano apart now.
Apart from Falano, the way Niger Watch protects everybody, even the extent person way this, if you don't support Niger Watch, you not support them well. The person way they attack him, you go see they protect that one.
Yes.
That is just it's just one. I don't know. That's one of the things that attracted me to this channel, and that's why I will never leave.
Mr. Chris,
you see people
let me help you out.
Let me help you out. No politics. Say the way it is. No favoritism. If you do wrong, he tells you straight. If he's angry, he expresses it, and it begins and ends there. So I don't know. I wish people like that can get themselves into governance.
I got my first and second gifts through Mr. Niger Watch platform, and through you people, amazing people. Thank you, everybody. I'm grateful. Thank you. Thank you for the prayer. Even those who could not send me gifts or money, I'm still grateful to you for your prayers and wishes. I'm grateful. Thank you. Your prayers mean a lot to me.
Mr. Chris, let me help you out with Niger.
Alex, you are blessed.
Amen. Thank you, Dr. CM. Thank you.
You are blessed.
My always decorum brother, my brother with much tranquility in his analysis. Dr. CM, thank you. Where's he?
I would like to
no.
I like to thank
you don't finish me with that. Who is speaking?
Don't
worry.
Of Anambra State.
My father.
Dr. CM, GCK.
Dr. CM is the Ogidi of Anambra State. That's the chief type tonight. It's not a chief.
No. Okotisi one of Anambra. Okotisi one of Anambra.
Anambra no be easy state. Anambra na tough state.
I'm telling you, with great men. Yeah, Peter was able to put them in check.
I make that they give you title now. They giddy giddy.
Up to today, I still the wonder how Peter be handle Anambra State with all the.
But they can't try. With all the one people there, they kidnap the governor. They don't send governor. And so I'm Mr. You guys begin cry.
Mr. Black Panther.
Yeah.
Mr. Black Panther. The woman or the man that just gave me something just now, is it Jidim? I don't know the name. I want to thank that person too. So you don't believe I'm just mentioning one name, but I cannot pronounce that name. It's an Igbo name or something. Whoever you are, thank you.
Okay, Ijedima.
Yeah, Ijedima. Ndewo. Thank you. Thank you.
That's a good voyage. A good voyage.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Not being Zoduma, na Ijedima.
Ijedima, thank you.
Say Mama good. Say Mama good. Mama good.
Thank you. Dr. CM, let me sing one song today now. Because one name GCK no, I get well mere. GCK no, I get well mere. CK no, I get well mere. ZK no, I get well mere.
I say you dey support Super Eagles, Abi. Super Eagles in those days, if we dey stadium, that is for people where they watch Super Eagles of 1992, 93, 94. Those who listen them time. The moment then they play for Super Eagles for National Stadium, the opponent score. The moment the opponent score, the song go change. He's a miracle walking God. He's a miracle walking God. He's the Alpha and Omega. Before you know, Super Eagles go begin switch. I'm walk at you, coach. Listen, I've decked you. Before you know, just one moment. Before you know, and then get equalize. Then, by the time they score one offside goal, we know say an offside. Referee go blow, say an offside. Then this music go change because I never near them. Referee me no want, Ojoro referee me no want.
That's the real football fans now. There's one issue. There's one issue here that I really want a lot of people to know. And that issue, sorry to digress, we are celebrating our great brother, Alex. God bless you, Alex. May you never run dry. May you always see from the mountaintop. You will never be lesser. You'll be more greater than where you are today. And God will prosper you and make you healthy all the days of your life.
Ijedima, I've gotten Mr. Naja I've gotten the second money. That's a good I received 50,000 naira again. Thank you. Thank you.
I want to say this. I want to say this. You see, Mr. CM.
Yeah.
You see, Mr. CM, you are a kind of man when you pledge allegiance to the United States, people were shocked why you did that. I know the reason why you did that. And I'm trying to tell people this. If you don't know about a place, you should research about that place. All world, they are not perfect. America is not a perfect country.
Yeah.
They are striving to become perfect. And they are striving to become greater. There's so many things that some people say here that I laugh and laugh. They will tell you that lobby is a crime in so many countries. But in America, lobbies are registered. If you are not registered as a lobbyist, it becomes a crime. And they said yesterday that America is so corrupt. I said sometimes what you see in your country that looks corrupt, sometimes it's the other way around in America. America does not owe anybody. If you are caught doing something contrary to the laws Whether you are president, whether you are this, you will be brought down. So when somebody said yesterday, America is the most corrupt nation, I want to ask you, in which portion are you speaking from? Because there are laws, there are constitution guiding America, and if you breach it, whether you are a small picking or you are a big picking, you will go down for it. Nobody compromise, and there's nothing like compromise. So it does not make America a perfect nation. So when somebody comes here, sit in his palace somewhere in Europe and open his mouth and say, "Oh, America is even corrupt." In what area is it corrupt? You have to be specific. Because corruption, you cannot totally wipe off corruption.
Mr. Black Panther. Mr. Blackwater, let me tell you where America is corrupt. Where America is corrupt is that I just got the second alert. Oh, Mr. Dima, thank you very much. That's where America is corrupt. Mr. Niger Wash, I got the second alert. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I don't know say na Euro the content today. Don't worry.
That is where America is corrupt. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Dima.
Mr. Black Panther. Mr. Black
Thank you. I'm grateful. I'm very grateful. This is where America is corrupt. Thank you.
No.
Thank you.
No, it's not there.
Dima. Thank you.
It's not there. Mr.
Black Panther, leave me. Oh, it's the birthday, leave me. This is where America is corrupt. I just want to say thank you. So, Dima, this is where America is corrupt.
America is corrupt. Please listen where America is corrupt.
Yes.
America is corrupt, giving people's money to borrow, which they say and America will start dragging them those money, which is known as dollar. And they will say those countries hold debts. So those countries need to come and pay. But America will still tell you that they borrow money. I mean, how will you borrow your own money? America are the one printing dollars and say they hold money, they borrow money. How? That is corruption. By you telling people that you borrow your own money.
Are you done?
No, not that. There is still more.
No,
America is corrupt because America are the one who put man and man to become father of babies, more woman and woman to become mother of baby, and try to push it for every other body to do it.
Okay.
Like if you did not do it,
that one,
you are digressing.
No,
that one.
Let's say the truth.
That one is corruption now.
No, let's say the truth. America are the only people who want to come and build a better military base in your place, and they don't want you to come and build military base in their place.
That one not be corruption.
That one not be corruption. No, what you are saying, Oduo, what you are saying is true.
On the other hand, America are the people who want to come and collect your resources for free without paying tax, but they don't.
Listen.
You don't have a substantial fact toward that. You always seen it. You always say they are saying it. You don't have fact.
Oduo.
Tell me how many countries that have military base in America.
Okay, hold on. Mr. Sien, can you go ahead? I'll speak after you.
Okay, yeah. Oduo, as per what you talked about, maybe two female, all this type of what is it called, gay and all those things. I know they call them corruption. Now, as they civilize rich, now so then they practice. That is one. Not that you are quite right in what you say, but not the interpretation you give, and now I don't agree with. You're calling it corruption. Now, building military base. Jesus Christ. Do you know, if now we, with the sense where we get like Nigerians, make we build military base, they feel no award, they go award the contract tire. Nobody go build them. Do you agree? Now that one be corruption. America, they award contract, then go build them. If na Nigeria, we want build the thing, we go award the contract tire, they no go build them. Say, what in they call it, the former minister for aviation, He bring Ethiopian airline inside Ethiopia, the seat in Ethiopia. Outside, he write on Nigeria Airways. A day to their departure, now a launch am. Where a day today? Oh, but that one ain't be corruption. Not be America go build the base to where they like to build. The other one not be corruption to me. See, do you know why they laugh? If to say Nigeria they corrupt, if for better, because so like you say, corruption there in different countries. But our own, I never get a time where you go take explain them. Sure you get. You know, yeah, that is the thing. You never, because if you say na corrupt,
that's supersonic corruption, supersonic.
So listen, Nigeria own beside. I want to paint this scenario for you. Wait, I want to paint this scenario for you. Okonjo-Iweala came. You know what? In a come off office, ghost workers, past people will be genuine workers. You know, reach 1 year. You know, reach 1 year, they replace them again with fresh people.
Oh,
High feed tackle that one. Now listen again. I don't know whether some of you go remember this headline in those days. Ikeja High Court. Custom sees narcotics as evidence they pack them. When he reached the time, made them bring them, made them try the thing. They showed it as evidence that joined the case. The High Court, the lady where they trial, say made them keep the evidence intact that they will bring it when the thing comes. I don't know whether now something like say if now 40 bags. By the time they bring them, the thing done there like 32 bags. The woman come and say, where 8 today? They say they no see them. It's okay. We are join this case. May not take them. Make sure on the next time they go complete. Next time the thing remain 22. Sure you get 22. The woman come out say, what? It's okay. In that case, make we burn this 22 where we see. It go remain 18 where they miss. So now that's why they call corruption. America I never do all these people na corruption. Nigeria own business. Okay, you know see what happen for Niger Delta now. Waiting they tell us. Then they do peacekeeping.
For your own country. Why are you doing peacekeeping for your entire country?
Why in a high tech bunkering, where they come out everybody. They deal with it now. By next week, the story could change. Those are the traditional rulers, then they fear to talk. So you see, when we want to see Nigerian issue, when we want to talk about Nigeria, I know they ever they join in condemning the Western world. I believe that as Oyibo they do, make we, if we love ourselves, do the way you want for your people. Shall they talk? I'm here, say George Bush, look at the America, they pollute the ozone layer, everything. In America, America is incriminated. Now they form association, say na Kyoto or whatever, let them sign an agreement. George Bush look the thing finish. Say no go sign any agreement, we go put the Americans out of job. Bam, no Obama now can rectify the thing. When Obama came in, he leave. So in other words, the Nigerian issue mean if you really love Nigeria, you want to take charge, you go shut your ear to Western world. You look inside and know exactly what will benefit your people, you do them. Which brings me to this issue of petrol subsidy. You know, in Nigeria, they say there is illegal refinery where they bush for Niger Delta. Then they refine petrol. If you put them for car, you go walk. The only thing we make them be say they say illegal because law no cover them, the environment they dirty and all those things. But the technology they sabi am. All you needed to do as a country, instead of importing petrol, you go call them as then they dirty rich. He said, come, make we legalize this thing well now they do. Oh yeah, this is the legal framework. Why do we have professors of industrial chemistry, petroleum engineering, petrochemical, mechanical, geology? Why they pokuna? You send them.
Those one are British language, na British language. No, be real.
No, wait, whatever it is, you know why they take say you tell them say they say the thing they pollute the environment. Why una no do them? I want make una come up with the formula where you no go they pollute. At least we reduce the pollution, but make all these locals they refine petrol for us. That's all. That's all Nigeria needs.
That is what I'm still telling you. That those names, those criteria you were nominating, because I call it nomination. That professor did this of those things are just names, are just void of ability. It's not practical. It's not practicable. So it's fake.
There is. No, don't worry. Yeah, I know why.
Okay, let me come before I forget what I want to talk.
Who be that? Okay, Black Panther.
Are you done?
Okay, yeah, okay.
Okay. Mr. Odua, thank you for bringing that thing in. Now you said America is corrupt because they have a military base in so many countries. Now, I asked one question. What is your defense policy? And can Nigeria define their diplomatic relationship with other countries?
No way.
We have not been satisfied with their definition. Now, somebody spoke here that we need external strength to come into the issues of Nigeria. You know the reaction of what some Nigerians said here. Oh, Nigeria is a sovereign country. We don't want anybody to come into our country, to come and take anything in our country. You see that mentality of the 1950-40s still in their head, still roaming in their head. Now, I want to just suppose America cannot have a base without them not applying to that country, because they know that country is a sovereign state. Now, I want to give you an example. America applied for a military base in the Gulf of Guinea, which is one part of Nigeria region. They applied. Nigeria government declined. They did not force themselves in there. Now, let's go to the Asian, the Arab world. You see, when people come out to speak, they listen to rhetoric and some people that are extremists in the media. Like I was in one Dr. Dami's show, somebody came here. This man is an American. But he said, oh, I don't listen to CNN, I don't listen to Fox, I don't listen to anything. I don't listen to anything. And I asked myself, I wanted to ask him that question, but he has a bullish, a kind of bullying character I know when I see them, because I live here. When they make statements, I know them. And I wanted to ask him a question. If you say you don't listen to all this media, then where do you get your own information? Are you telling me you have correspondent in other countries that gives you information? Or are you trying to tell me that you don't have the capacity to put 2, 3 together and see what is going on?
He got it from Obama.
You see, that is where some people are so deceptive and they don't want to be very truthful. They think that all this ideology of the old brigade, we don't know those ideology. We all went to school and they taught us how to put 2 things together to make to get to the answer. But these people try to bully and I don't know the kind of books they are reading that we have not read, or what ideology they belong, what ideology that is pushing them that we don't know. It was one day somebody, an American also said, he said they are the black Jews. And I asked him a question, can you trace can you trace that history for me? He couldn't trace the history. Because they listen to extremists. Why I'm saying this is, now, let's focus on the Arab world. People say America is this. I told you, America cannot have a base without not applying, or rather, buy that base if they deem it well that they want to sell that area. like the island in China, that between Taiwan and China, there's one island between Taiwan and China. That island was bought over by the American government. And Americans have a base there, and everybody that's there in that base, they are all American citizens. So that is that. Many people don't know about that information. They will think, oh, you have been Americanized. I am not that kind of people you can talk to. I go, I read books. I read and I follow documentaries. And I don't just follow one documentary. I bring a lot of things together. That is how I'm a science student. That is how I'm trained. That is the ethics of, that is how we do things. Now, in the Arab world, Iran, Iraq, attacked Kuwait. And many of you have forgotten it. They took over Kuwait. Everybody was shouting, oh, this Iraqi, they are this, they are that. It took America and the risk of American soldiers that went there to liberate a nation, an Arab nation called Kuwait. Why? Because Kuwait is a friend to America. Kuwait does not harbor terrorism. Kuwait does not close doors. They close doors to terrorism. Kuwait does not practice Islamic or the kind of Islamic that you go on and pull people down. Now that is Kuwait. Saudi Arabia. Kuwait gave America a military base because they want somebody that can help them because they are friends of America. Now let's go to Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is a friend to America. People are just looking, oh, how are they be friends? Remember the Naira for the oil business, the dollar to the Naira to the oil for oil business. They signed an agreement on that. People don't know. A lot of things went on. I can't go too much, but you can go and research on that. And now, Islam has there are different kind of Islam. We need to go and study that again. That's another thing you need to go and study. Saudi Arabia belongs to one, they have one part which they believe in. Now, why is Iran and some other people fighting Saudi Arabia and they are all Muslim? They are all Muslim brothers. Why? Because they have different knowledge of that religion. Why is it that Iran threw a missile to attack the oil base of Iraqi? Because Saudi Arabia does not practice their kind of Islamic extremism. Now, America, Iran, Saudi Arabia now signed a bilateral military relationship with America. And they said America can have a base, which caused a lot of turmoil in the entire Arab world. But Saudi Arabia insisted that America must have a base. And now what happened? They signed a military pact with America. Now America can defend their country. If there is a external aggressive to a red alert level, America can help them and come in.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Question for you.
Yeah.
So now America is friends to Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
9/11, Saudi Arabia attacked America.
How?
No, now half of the 9 out of the 11 terrorists of the people that broke down the state building in New York were from the Saudi Arabia, right?
Yeah, they were former citizens of Saudi Arabia.
They were what?
They were citizens of Saudi Arabia, some of them.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now you can imagine if that's for example, that happened with a country like a different country that did not have those kind of bilateral trade or whatever with United States. What do you think would have happened?
Okay, now, one, like I said when I was submitting it, I said, America, if you go and listen to the speech of George Bush, that's why I respect that man so much. Despite some other things, nobody can be perfect, but I still respect him to the highest. One, George Bush made a fundamental statement when that thing happened. He made a speech. That's the first time the State of the Union will be spoken twice in America. He said something. Any country that harbor terrorism, I'm paraphrasing it now. You need to go and listen to it. You will know what I'm saying. Any country that harbor terrorists, any country that is a friend to terrorists, any country that allow terrorism to strive in their land is not a friend of America.
Okay.
Saudi Arabia, they are one of their citizens. As I said, there are different kind of Islam. And citizens in Saudi Arabia, if they don't want it, they have the right to practice it, but they cannot be in that country because they will fish them out. If I'm lying, go research on it.
Okay.
Like Osama bin Laden is a Saudi person, but he went out of Saudi a long time ago, and he couldn't go back to his motherland.
Do you know why I'm asking you?
Yeah.
Do you know why I'm asking you this question?
Yeah.
Okay, come back to Nigeria.
Yeah.
Simple. You see how they use diplomacy to deal with that issue by able to distinguish the real troublemakers from the now. What we are trying to say, those people did not represent the beliefs of the whole of Saudi Arabia, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now come to Nigeria. Do you think Nigerian government is probably capable of practicing that kind of diplomacy, judging by what they did in the Delta State region and how they are handling Simon Ekpa and how they are handling everybody else? They're painting everybody with the same brush.
Madam, look, for me, the issue I have with America is this. President Noriega of Panama was convicted of drug charges. America went there and picked him up in his bedroom.
Okay.
And he faced the rule of law in America. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
The same America, a Bola Tinubu or a Yekini or whatever his name was, a drug issue, the same drug, narcotics or whatever you call it. The whole world was crying out for America to make sure Tinubu do not get sworn in because they have the power. Okay, let me explain. The world is a unipolar world. Now it used to be bipolar, but presently it's a unipolar. It's a unipolar because America seems to be the police of the world. When it was old Soviet Union and USSR, it was a bipolar world. Bipolar is two countries controlling the world: the USSR or the old Soviet Union and the US. But now Putin is bringing back the bipolar world again. America has the power to do and undo anywhere they want. Why did they go to Japan to drop the bomb at Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945? They were not after Japan. They were just sending. No, I'm going somewhere. They were just sending a message.
It was Japan.
Okay.
It was Japan.
Yeah, they were sending a message to Russia. So America could not, pick up Tinubu. They couldn't stop Tinubu because it's against the law of international practice when it comes to narcotics. A drug convicted personality cannot be a president. But when you dump to the American tone, when you give them access to the oil in Delta, the gold in Zamfara, the bitumen in Ogun State, or the crude oil in my own backyard in Benin City, America will also send Joe Biden to send people to write a letter to say, congratulations to Pablo Escobar, exactly, who have succeeded in selling drugs and becoming Nigerian president. Exactly. And Nigeria is a signatory.
Alex, can I answer that question?
Yeah, continue.
Mr. Alex, please let me
briefly?
Let me respond to that because I just want to comment on this.
I will respond to it too after every one of us.
They don't come.
I just want to actually talk on this Niger Delta thing.
Alex, close mic. Off the mic, Alex.
When we try to compare America with Nigeria, it can be very delicate. See, I know it's all about national interests when it comes to America. When they take their position on any issue, they look at their national interest. America might do one thing in one country today, and they will go to another country, the same situation, the same condition, they will take a different action.
Thank you, my brother. What did you call that one? It's not corruption.
It's not. That's not corruption. That's
not corruption.
That's not corruption now.
You know why we are finding it difficult? Please just give me some time, please. See, you know why we are finding it difficult?
My brother said not corruption. When I leave, I may talk. He said that's not corruption. That's interest, anyways. It's called national interest, anyways, in politics. It's part of politics.
The reason why we are finding it difficult as Nigerians is because Nigeria as a country does not have anything called national interest. We have never seen Nigeria acted in the interest of Nigeria.
God bless you, sir.
Thank you, my brother. What is a milocon? What is a milocon? Is it not?
A milocon is not a national interest now. It's a corruption Yoruba adage from a man who wants to be a president by hook or by crook.
See, that is when we can deal with Tinubu matter, completely. But when you bring America in, the way America acted, we can fall into some errors without knowing. So I will just leave that there. But again, before I go forward, Mr. Alex, happy birthday. Let me put that there. God bless you.
Who is moderating?
Thank you.
Who is moderating this?
Thank you. We are all moderating.
Black Panther is moderating. Black Panther.
No, Dr. Snem is moderating. No, Madam Luke, moderate.
That's it. No, man, I see the moderate.
No, Madam Luke.
So
let's vote. Let's vote on who is going to moderate.
Let me say this finally on the Niger Delta.
They come on power for person hand. Now what for you, birthday boy?
Thank you very much. I believe it was Dr. CM that brought it to the burner again. This Niger Delta thing, talking about bunkering. See, the first day this news broke out, the very first day that it was even presented on this platform, my comment was that, see, it is all about crude oil. Nothing else. Nothing else matters. It's written all over. That same day when they said 17 officers, fine. I know that everything happening there centered on crude oil and nothing else. If you believe it is something else, and then on top of it, that was the same day that the Nigerian army refused the media to get into those communities. It's all about crude oil. And that is the reason why nothing, see, for me, nothing will come out of the Nigerian government's mouth or from the Nigerian government agencies or anybody that I will take it. I will be a fool. It will be an insult on my intellect if I take anything that comes from the Nigerian government. Why? Why should I do that? Why should I take anything?
And the government of Tinubu, for that matter,
a country that said that they have names of terrorists and they can't prosecute them, but they have their names. But they cannot.
Nobody said they publish them.
They publish and they can't prosecute. And you want me to believe anything that comes
and you want to be a friend to a great nation in the world? How you go possible?
I find it very difficult. A country that came out and said 17 soldiers, officers, even some of them officers, commission officers, spy, and yet you cannot
young boys, so
you can't allow the media, you can't let people know. So that's the problem. So everything happening in Okoma, in Niger Delta, even across the Niger Delta, let's leave everything there centers on crude oil. It is nothing else. And it is the Nigerian military that is perpetrating bunkering in Nigeria. Nigerian government can say whatever they want to say.
Yes, let me add one fact to what you just said now. If you can remember, out of anger, when Asari Dokubo was looking for appointments to guide oil pipelines, he said in Asoroko, he said the military are the ones responsible for bunkering and breaking of pipelines. He said it. That the military, he said he's not afraid of anybody. Tinubu was behind him then. It's like Tinubu later dropped him and he ran away. So, but he said it already. The military warned him. They came out to warn him. He said some top military generals. He was very specific. He said if they provoke him, he will mention names and publish details, and nothing will happen. Heaven will not fall according to him. So, sir, you are right.
Can I make one statement here? Nigeria should be very, very, very careful. If the insurgent decide to form a cell in Nigeria, you guys not gonna forget about the country. That's one thing I want to make.
Do we really have a country, my brother? There is no country in the first place.
You don't understand what I just said now. If the terrorists decide to have a cell all around Nigeria, Nigeria will witness an external power coming in here.
Everybody will go their way, my brother. Biafra will go, Benin Kingdom will go, Oduduwa will go. Everybody will go.
You know what you need by a cell? A cell that will
make it easy. All those cells will not help each region to fight for their country. Very easy.
That is what I'm telling you. External forces come inside your country and take charge. That is what's going to happen.
Make una mute. Una dey loud. Oga Chris, una don't use una Tekano mic. Drown Oga Chris. Make una let Oga Chris talk abeg. Make una mute.
Madam, look, thank you. Una dey hear me?
Loud and clear.
Now she said make we mute. Or how I want to answer you now?
Okay. Sorry, Madam, look, thank you very much. Well, I think that Mr. Alex, there's a very important point that you made concerning the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombing. You know, I just want to kind of bring that home to the situation we are having in Nigeria. That's why I believe that these terrorists, they can easily be dealt with in Nigeria. Because what actually happened in Hiroshima and Nagasaki was the US, they stamped their authority. Because, you know, when that Second World War was going on, everybody, they were all jumping up and down. Japan, they thought they have it all. They were jumping.
No, sir, please. It was not. It's not World War. It was the White War, because it did not happen in Edo State. It did not happen.
But in the academia, is what war is called, sir. Is what anyway understand you. Is what war, sir.
Mr. Odoa,
we do respect, my brother.
Thank you very much. So when that was going on, but I think, and the point I'm just trying to make is that we can stamp out this terrorism, whatever name they call it, if the government, if they don't have a hand in it, if they are not benefiting from it. You know, the US people, they were at Pearl Harbor, but they catch the Japanese, they go drop a bomb for them there. And US say, okay, now we have to tell you people that we are in charge here. And they dropped the bomb.
They put them in the wrong place.
And that was the end. Completely, that was the end. So if Nigeria can also take that kind of stance against these so-called people that have devastated the nation, I'm sure it will bring an abrupt end to all their activities, including Sheikh Gumi and all of them. Nigeria is a sovereign state. We have the power, we have the military capabilities to do whatever we want to do at any point in time. So we should not be, we should not live in that kind of world that wants us to believe that the military, they are overwhelmed. They are not overwhelmed in any way at all. Those guys are ragtag armies. They can be dealt with completely if we want to. If we can do it against sovereign nations, full country, then you tell me some group of people that are living in one forest that we cannot do it against them. We can if we really want to. But we know these elements, they are elements of destabilization. And obviously the powers that be, they are benefiting from the system. Trust me, anything, the powers that be, anything they are not benefiting from, they can bring that into book immediately if they want to. They can do it. They have done it before, they can do it again. So that is why if we all see the way the election went, although some people want to blame Peter Obi, but they would have protested, Is it not the same way we are blaming Ojukwu today? that why did he, after the Aburi Accord, why did he go ahead to start the war? What did we expect him to have done? They signed and they agreed that this is what we are going to do. And the man came home. Before he got home, the British people, of course, they called Gowon, asked him, are you stupid? And in Nigeria, they resigned on what they have agreed on. Two things. If Ojukwu had said, okay, since we are not agreeing, make a rest, they will still have called him a coward. The guy did what he had to do as a soldier, and he said this is unacceptable. And today, people are still blaming him. They wanted to play out the same scenario with Peter Obi, but Peter Obi was smart enough. If we had gone on the street on our own, it's perfectly okay. But for people to be expecting Peter Obi to make that declaration so that Nigeria will have another thing to hold against the Igbos, Peter Obi was too smart for that kind of trap, and he resisted the trap. And as we all know, the rest is history. And in this vein, I would also like to lend my voice to this sitting at home thing. Every Monday or whatever, sit at home. In my view, we must have to sacrifice something. In one vein, we are blaming the obedience that we didn't come out to defend our votes or whatever it is. And the people that are also trying to enforce the sit at home, we are still blaming them in another vein. We have to make some sacrifices. You can never determine how protest will go. We have to make some sacrifice. Some things have to give. It has to give so that messages can be passed. Because the truth is that either you sit at home or you don't sit at home, no matter how you look at it, it's not just about it. You still run into the same problem. The problems will come to you. Like they keep saying that it is the things that we are saying with our mouths. We are not praying well for Nigeria. That's why Nigeria is not moving forward. What about all the prayers they'll be praying for Nigeria? So maybe the negative prayers are better than the positive prayers, or are more potent than the positive prayers. So if we look at all these things in totality, let's not be deceived. We don't have a problem as a country, in the sense that the problem that we have, we can solve this problem if we really want to. The reason I'm saying this is what happened at Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The problem has been lingering on. They were trying to use diplomatic options, but when Japan crossed the line and America has to say, look, we are in charge here. And that was what ended that conflict. The same way, not until Nigeria wake up to say we are in charge here, there's no way we are going to overcome these challenges we are facing. Initially, when this issue of oil, these people, they went to go and attack, when the issue came out, some people were blaming the people. Why do you have to attack military, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, the stories have unraveled, and we have seen that it is actually a plot by the power that be. It has nothing really to do with the community. The people there, they know what they are doing. Is it not one of the military general that came out 2 days ago to tell us that they know who did it and they are looking for that person? So you people know the guys that did it, and you went to the community, you dealt with women, you dealt with children, you dealt with harmless people. But that's the same thing you cannot do in other parts of the country. You must have to understand, especially the people from the side, the way this whole thing is looking. It is either you are Hausa, Yoruba, or Igbos. No matter every other consideration, it doesn't matter to them. So the point in all this is that the problems we have in Nigeria, they are problems that can be surmountable. Let's not be carried away by the propaganda of the government that they are doing their best. They can't really overcome all these problems. They can, if they want to. Nigeria have demonstrated it in the past, and they can demonstrate it again. They only give room to what they allow to happen. So that's why we are just where we are. And just before I conclude, I want to quickly thank Mr. Niger for the opportunity, and the sacrifice that you are making to your own way of contributing to the success of the political reforms in the country. Thank you so much, Mr. Niger Watch. And thank you, Madam Luke, for helping me to speak up and allowing me to talk. Black Panther voice too loud.
For saving you.
Black Panther voice too much. You know, they let person talk. I don't try like 3 or 4 times. I know fit. I just
I'm telling
say
you,
I read.
some microphones for this place. If you deaf person.
Black Panther and Mr. Oduwa, their microphone
Now
is
two
too
Niger,
much.
Mr. Niger was more go buy better microphone. We don't buy another, they complain.
Mr. Alex, happy birthday once again. Madam Luke, thank you. Dr. CM, I see you.
You're welcome, Jerry. Oh, I have something to ask. I have something to say. I know we'll talk more, but I just they ask questions as soon as they talk. I've been listening. So we have all agreed that Nigeria has no nationalistic sentiment. There is nothing Nigeria will put to say, okay, we are going to do this just to protect our citizens. Look at the other places, like US, we've called all these countries. They would they will rather rubbish other countries like Nigerians who don't know their left from their right and use it to benefit their own country. But I want to make this statement. Whoever remembered what happened during the Richard Nixon days? We all know. For people who don't know what happened during Richard Nixon, that was a case of national interest. They will allow that to happen in any other country, but they will never allow such a thing to happen in their country. That is what I was trying to point out. Thank you.
It's true. It's true. What I wanted from
Are you people there?
from yes, I'm here. From what I read, I'm seeing on the chat this thing. If you know, I don't know. Is Irene Finest now for UK in there or na US in there with you now? Because as a Sabi Trump reach at the
Now UK, I refine it. Now UK there, I guess.
the way they campaign for Trump is
Now
Please,
UK in there, you know, the for US.
my fellow Americans, there's somebody asking what happened. I think somebody needs an education about the Richard Nixon days.
no, that was the Nixon. Is it not
Yeah,
this Watergate?
Nixon,
The one that wanted to subvert what is it called? Something like how did they break
Nixon
into
was
the Democrats?
Yeah, he planted a bug. He planted a bug. They planted a bug in the
Democrat
in the
office.
Republican areas.
No,
Nixon was a Democrat.
No, Nixon was a Republican.
Sorry,
he's a Republican now.
Yes, so he was a Republican. Planted the bug in the Democratic whatever.
In Democratic Caucus headquarters.
Correct.
Headquarters in Washington. So he wanted to tap into what they are saying, and it happened to be leaked, and they trace it to the White House. So he has to resign.
Unfortunately, today we don't know who Deep Throat is.
The Deep Throat.
Yes.
That is it.
It's still a mystery.
So that means there was a whistleblower.
The medical doctor, a medical pharmaceutical, you are asking me Deep Throat. Is there anyone who did not have Deep Throat?
Mr. Oduwa, please be serious. What are you talking about?
All those ones. You see, we always, you know what? Where I know about is that what I don't see or hear that has a hard copy, I don't go deep into it. I don't assume. You cannot assume and now bring it as a fact. It doesn't work anywhere. You got to get the fact, know the fact, and then you can now be bold enough to bring the fact to the public, for the public to really analyze. Let's see if your own analysis is okay. That is why sometimes when all these extremists speak, people just kind of buy their head there, but they don't really go deep to really analyze it and then see the fact behind it. That is what most people are trying to buy now. And then I just believe that they are somehow the kind of knowledge they have has been sort of corrupted by something at the verge of really catching up with what is really going on in the world. Because you see people coming just to speak to their own advantage. They are not speaking to so many. You are not speaking to people, but you want to speak to your own advantage. Like when they said, "Oh, America do this, America do that," I begin to wonder, because you don't present something in a sort of way that you don't put the black print on the floor for people to really see where you are speaking from. Like most people are not saying, oh, America is doing this, but still in the Arab nation, but still America is even protector of the Arab League. If you look at it, they are still protecting the Arab League where their interest is based, which is any country can do exactly what they are doing. So, but when you now throw aspersions on America, you begin to wonder if you really understand what is called international, diplomacy, because everything is all about interest. If your interest is not covered, then you going there is useless and baseless. You cannot risk your foot soldiers to go into an area where you don't have interest. So when America is protecting Saudi Arabia, protecting Kuwait, protecting Jordan, what can you all say about that? That are saying that America went to Iraq. Do you know the multiple reasons why they went to Iraq? Iraq invaded Jordan. Kuwait. They wanted to extend it. Those are part of the issue. Like what is happening now that the Russians are doing. That is why the Europeans are moving closer to Russia. Look at what happened to Russia of recent. The Taliban or what the strike, employing most Russians on internet to strike the heart of Russia, and they did it. Now they were trying to do what? They're trying to bring those facts together to put it on the country they are fighting, but they couldn't do it because those terrorists said they are the one that employed their own citizens to do that. So you cannot see now that it is getting clearer. Let us sit down and let us see what Russia is going to do, because I guess maybe they have interest somewhere. Let us see how they are going to fight this terrorist that is now coming to their own doorstep, because it came to the doorstep of America. America reacted. They said it was too ambiguous. Why America should do that kind of thing? It has come to their own domain now. Let us see the way they are going to react, because it's their own citizen that they used to perpetrate this same evil. Nobody flew from the Arab world to do it. It's their own citizen, and they struck the heart of Russia. So we begin to see, people begin to understand international relationship and what is happening in the Arab nation, and just oppose it with so many factors that you can really put together so that we can really understand it. Now it's going to get clearer to those of them that are saying, oh, why is America so bogus? Now we are going to sit down and watch a beautiful movie from the Russian enclave and see how they are going to fight terrorism coming from the Arab nation. And the question is now that everybody is asking, what did Russia do for the terrorists from the Arab world to attack Russia? That's a big question. Is it because their involvement in Syria? Another big question. Is it because of the involvement with Iran? Another big question. So we are sitting down to understudy what is going on, and we now look at it and place the American own beside it, and let us see who is doing things that are distorting everything, because they are trying to, the ball is played now. Let us see the reactions of Russia. So people are saying, oh, this, that. We will see what the Russians will do now.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Antoniola. It was asking, I think the Watergate scandal for the Nixon era is online for everybody to see. But the main issue to learn from that it was a national interest issue. And it was only because it was a security guard that was on duty that noticed that there was something off. They had taped an area of some parking lot, and it looked suspicious. So he called the police immediately. And when they called the police, they found 5 people hiding inside the place. And that was what set the whole ball rolling. So if that security guard hadn't even alerted the police, you see, he was acting out of national interest. So this is what we're talking about. When you feel something is wrong, you don't cover it up, you don't wait, you are bound by duty to do what you have to do. And that was how the scandal broke and led all the way to the top. So we are only comparing to see how national interests works in Nigeria. Here you are, how you have people doing oil bunkering. You have people in oil bunkering, sabotaging the efforts of the community. You have people in security. You have people in the judiciary. None of these areas are acting in the interest of national interest. And like I will pull in this last word with what Mr. Chris Dublin has said. We have to sacrifice something to make this country work. We always hear rubbing heads with knocking heads with Mr. Niger Ward telling me protests are voluntary and this one is voluntary. If the NSAS movement didn't come out en masse, if they had made it voluntary, nobody would have been on the street on that day. So when you say, if you can imagine if during elections we come out and say we are going to ground down this nation, nobody's coming out, we are protesting. If you come out to protest, they're going to buy you. You sit at home, some miscreants, it's that day they will come out and say they want to sell their vegetables and start causing a scene from saboteurs, looking up a smoke screen. There is nothing that you will plan to do that some people will not scuttle. What business has that woman come out on the day of a sit-down protest? That is the only day you want to sell vegetable. Who is on the street to buy the vegetable? So you see, we never act in favor of our national interest. It's all about us, and we're very selfish. The things that will hurt the government the most are what we need to do to render our voices heard. But when we do it, we want everything to be voluntary and let it work. Now, I'm not saying that whoever did that was justified. But see, sometimes they push you to the wall. You're sacrificing your own living. You're sacrificing your time to make the country work. And yet some people are coming out to scuttle those efforts. How would you feel? When will we all stand and stick with one voice and make sure that we have our voices heard? What is the solution forward? Thank you.
If Nigeria want to stand with one voice, this is the time, because of these published names of terrorists. If they can't get to their feet and say what exactly they want, I don't think there's any opportunity that will present itself again, because I've never in my widest imagination believed that government will want the published names of people they say these are people financing terrorism in Nigeria, and yet nothing is happening to them, and they are still looking elsewhere to know who to arrest. What is more important than these names? People financing instability, not just terrorism, but instability in Nigeria, at least since the last 20 years. Let me put it this way. Or 30. So what are we talking about? I don't know. When they publish it, maybe after 2 days, at least Bete Duna in own don't finish. Nobody they hear of Bete. Maybe there's somewhere just they drink one type of Chapman, they enjoy herself. Nobody they hear about it again. I don't really think. You see, Nigeria, I don't really. Every day, I can't deceive myself that this country, as we see them, so we go meet and like this tomorrow. I doubt. Every day, what governor was that? Wake and see, wake up and see. So what we see, you take. I'm telling you, how can we be talking of terrorism in Nigeria? Government should have the names and publish them. Yet nothing is happening to them.
Do you know that? Even America here knows that Nigeria is harboring terrorists?
You say Nigeria, you say America.
So that is the question that I've been trying to pull out. But when the reaction starts, because I said one thing here, I said we are just getting to the middle level. By the time this thing we are seeing now, we are looking at it as if it's just a mere thing. That is why I said people should go and study the Venezuela economy, how the economy came down, and let us look at something that is familiar with us, which is the Indian, the Asian economy. Let us look at it, how they went up with the multi-ethnic group they have, and how the Venezuela came down, because Venezuela was one of the richest nations in Southern America. and how they came down and how their government went on and on and on to borrow. That even the average person, we have not gotten there yet. Venezuela, the average person could not buy 1 meal a day. We have not gotten there yet. We are still going there. And where we are going now, that will be shocking to every one of you, is that there is one part of the Islamic world that are trying to make a cell around the world, especially build a cell in one of the nations in Africa that have a lot of mineral resources that they can use to propagate their own set of ideology to all the Sahel, linking it to the main people in Iran. So we should study this thing very well, because if you look at it, they are trying to build a cell. That's why I told you people that Nigeria is not the topic is not Islamatization. They are trying to do something, closing our eyes to see something. Because if they build the cell now, because they are getting villages and for villages, and local government have been taken over, if they succeed in bringing that flag, the black flag, and stay there permanently, then they have succeeded in building a cell. Then they will now creep in.
Black Panther, when you say black flag, that is, you mean the ISIS flag, is it?
Yes, that is what they are trying to build a cell where they can get resources.
In Niger now, nobody had to tell you 12 local government out of 25.
They've not really, what is there now, they've not really solidified, because they are still trying to get a grip of the oil-rich side of Nigeria, which they will not succeed. I know that. So, but if they succeed in getting the solid mineral, and they now succeed in staying there permanently, build their cell, what they need to do is for them to liaise with their godfather in Iran, where there could be communication. But mind you, those communication that they are getting is being tapped by the world leader. They are tapping it. So even before there was a terrorist strike in Russia, do you know that America gave Russia intel, but Russia refused it until they finish their strike? That is one funny thing.
Mr. Black Panther.
Yeah.
Well, how can you say that it won't succeed? That kind of agenda won't succeed in the southern areas, in South, to raise the black flag, when you have people like Tom Polo already working for them?
No. Do you know why it won't succeed? You see, the Niger Delta is a proliferation of arms, have been going on for more than a decade. So, and there are so many cells there that will resist, who are they are richer than the group coming from the Sahel into the northern part of Nigeria. They are more richer, because the pile store of arms in the Niger Delta is 3 times more than what you have in the northern part.
My question to you, who is Tom Polo serving right now?
Tom Polo is not serving the government. It's a question mark. There's a clause there. Tom Polo is getting, because of what he wants to be in charge of what is going on in his own region, and he needs finance for his own enclave, for his own empire. Therefore, he's tapping into the loopholes of the Nigerian government, because he has arms. They know he has an army. That is why he went in, and what happened? He got that contract. Tom Polo is very dangerous.
Yes, but the bunkers are mostly from the north.
They are pursuing. They have a bunker they have bunkers in Niger Delta too. They have from the north.
Telling you now, but who is in control? See, my question
what is there? The question you should know, everybody is after the resources. Everybody is after the resources. And one thing, the resources that they are getting from the Niger Delta, they still, remember, the Niger Delta, they still have pirates that are doing this armed deal along the Gulf of Guinea and on the high sea of the Atlantic Ocean. They are still there doing their own, exchange of arms. If you look what Asari Dokubo said, who United say own the country? These are people that have insight, because the source, what make the country what it is gotten from their own region. For Asari Dokubo and Tom Polo to have their own army to resist Nigeria army, it tells a lot about it.
But they're not resisting Nigerian army now.
No, they are resisting it. It has been they resisted it. Where you know who did the solution? Who solved it? It was the former Alamese that solved it. Alamese solved the problem of the Niger Delta, where he went to the creek to see them and tell them, guys, this is how we're going to do it. Before Asai Dokubo, he now made Asai Dokubo subject him to what he's saying. Asai Dokubo he now brought Asai Dokubo out as the sole leaders from the creek to represent all the creek, the rebel leaders in the creek. So that was how Asai Dokubo became popular, because he was closer to Alamesia. Alamesia was the only one that did that thing. So now that Alamesia is out and they're able to bargain and they corrupted them, but these people still love their people. That is one question, man. They still love their people. But because of the money spinning, if you look at the arms stockpile in the Niger Delta, it's a mind-blowing thing. There's a documentary on it on YouTube. Go and check it.
I understand all that, but whose interest are they protecting? Are they protecting the people's interests?
They are protecting their own people interest.
How?
Their land interest. Let me tell you how. See, it's like let me tell you, you might not really be able to understand it. It's like they are waiting for the green light. If they are waiting for one green light.
From who?
From anywhere, except from the Nigerian government. You see, if nobody has the guts to bring down 17 unarmed soldiers, that is not possible. If those people don't know who they are, they know themselves. They know the Nigerian army. When the time comes, when the ships will separate themselves, you see these boys, they will come together again and fight the Nigerian people themselves. They divided themselves. Look as if they are divided. They are not divided. When the time comes, you know what the Nigerian people always do? Nigerian people say, oh, we want to claim the Niger Delta area and take over all the entire resources and drive everybody away, which is going to be virtually impossible to do because of the proliferation of arms around. And these are not small arms, these are sophisticated arms. Can you imagine that the Nigerian army don't even have AR-15? One of the best, one of the sophisticated
Are you trying to tell us now that they're going to reclaim Okwama and all those places, that the people are going to go back there?
They will go back to the creek now. They'll go back to the creek. They'll go back to the creek if the time comes. And that's where the danger is. They go back to the creek. That's where the danger is.
I go say good night, Black Panther. We'll go see you tomorrow again. It's past 1 a.m. here. So.
Okay. I know say all the England people won't go. We'll follow them go too.
All right, so now good
Let
night.
them go sleep.
Thank you so much.
Good night to everybody. So
this na Texas time. So
yeah, we don't do night now. We do 8:38.
Good night, everybody.
Good night to all. Yeah.
Madam, do well. Madam, look, good night. Oga, do well. Good night. Oga, Jonathan, good night. Chuko, people, good night. Niger Watch, God bless you.